Every single day, people saw her smile. A soft smile. A perfect smile. The kind that makes others feel warm and comfortable. But nobody knew the truth behind it. Nobody knew how heavy her heart felt every morning. Nobody knew that sometimes she cried quietly in her car before walking into work. She had mastered one skill better than anything else in her life: hiding her pain behind a smile. Her name was Emily Parker, a 27-year-old woman living in a small town in Oregon. She worked as a receptionist at a dental clinic, greeting patients with the same cheerful line every day. "Good morning. How can I help you today?" People loved her energy. Kids adored her. Her coworkers often said, "Emily, I wish I had your positive attitude. You're always smiling." But Emily wasn't smiling on the inside. She grew up in a home where emotions were never discussed. Her father believed crying was weakness. Her mother believed problems should be handled quietly. So Emily learned, from a very young age, to keep everything inside. Sadness, fear, stress, heartbreak. She kept it all hidden behind her perfect smile. As she grew older, this habit followed her like a shadow. On the outside, her life looked perfect. On the inside, she felt like she was slowly drowning. She woke up every morning with a heavy chest. She drove to work feeling empty. At home, she sat on the edge of her bed, staring at the wall, for hours, unable to sleep. Her phone was filled with messages from friends. "Emily, where have you been? Are you okay? We miss you." But she never replied. She always whispered the same line to herself: "They have their own problems. I shouldn't bother them." But I felt like a quiet storm. No thunder, no lightning, just endless, silent rain in her heart. She kept telling herself, "I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine." But she wasn't fine. She was tired of pretending, tired of carrying everything alone, tired of being the strong one all the time. One cold Monday morning, everything changed. While driving to work, she suddenly pulled her car over. Her chest tightened. Her breathing became short. Her hands started shaking. She leaned her head on the steering wheel and whispered, "I can't do this anymore. I'm so tired." Tears slowly spilled down her face, and for the first time, she didn't stop them. She just let herself cry. When she finally lifted her head and looked into the rearview mirror, her reflection shocked her. Her smile was gone. Her eyes looked exhausted, broken, empty. And for the first time in years, she asked herself, when was the last time I was truly happy? She didn't know the answer. Later that morning at work, she tried to fake her usual smile, but something was different. Her coworker, Mia, a gentle woman in her 30s, noticed immediately. "Emily, you look tired. Are you okay?" Emily froze. She wanted to lie. She wanted to smile. She wanted to say she was fine, but her throat tightened. She whispered softly, "I'm just a little overwhelmed." Mia didn't push. She simply nodded and said, "If you ever want to talk, I'm here." Those simple words felt like a warm hand touching a freezing heart. That night, Emily couldn't sleep. She lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, her thoughts echoing in the quiet room. Finally, she sat on the floor with a notebook and wrote, "I am hurting. I'm lonely, and I don't want to pretend anymore." Her handwriting shook, but writing those words felt like letting air into a room that had been sealed for too long. Over the next few days, she tried to keep herself busy, but the emotional weight didn't go away. During lunch break, Mia approached her gently. "Hey, do you want to sit with me?" Emily nodded. They sat quietly for a moment before Mia said softly, "You don't have to be strong all the time." Emily looked down at her hands and whispered, "I don't know how to be anything else." Mia smiled sadly. "Maybe start by being honest with yourself." Emily took a deep breath. "I'm scared," she admitted. "That's okay," Mia said. Healing begins with honesty. A few days later, Emily reached her breaking point. She came home after work, dropped her bag, and collapsed on the kitchen floor. She cried harder than she had cried in years. She cried for her childhood, for all the times she stayed silent, for all the nights she felt alone, for all the pain she pretended didn't exist. She cried until her body felt empty. Through her tears, she whispered, "Why do I always hide? Why can't I ask for help? Why do I feel so alone even when I'm surrounded by people?" And then she realized something she had never understood before. She wasn't hiding her pain to protect others, she was hiding it because she believed her feelings didn't matter. That realization shattered her, but it also saved her, because for the first time, she decided she didn't want a life built on pretending. The next morning, she walked into work, her hands slightly trembling, and knocked on Mia's office door. "Mia, do you have a minute?" Mia smiled. "Of course." Emily took a deep breath and said, "I think I need help. I don't want to carry everything alone anymore." Mia's eyes softened. "That is the strongest thing you've ever said." That afternoon, Emily made the bravest decision of her life. She scheduled her first therapy appointment. She started journaling every night. She opened up to one close friend. She allowed herself to cry without shame. She practiced saying, "I'm not okay right now." And slowly she almost didn't notice it, she began to feel lighter. Not perfect, not magically happy, just lighter. For the first time in years, her smile wasn't fake. It wasn't a mask. It was small, soft, and honest. Emily learned something life-changing. You don't heal by hiding. You heal by being seen. A smile can hide pain. A polite, "I'm fine," can hide heartbreak. A strong face can hide a collapsing heart. But the moment you allow yourself to be human, to feel, to admit your struggles, to ask for support, your life quietly begins to change. Emily didn't become perfect. She didn't become fearless. But she became real. She became honest. She became someone who no longer hid behind a smile. And that simple decision was the beginning of her freedom. If you're watching this and feel like Emily, please know you're not alone. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to ask for help. Reaching out is a sign of incredible strength, not weakness. There are people who want to listen. Your feelings are valid, and you deserve to be heard. We've included some resources in the description below if you need someone to talk to. Thank you for listening. Please take care of yourself.